Welcome to Bells Brewery. So Bells Brewery is based in the Deer's Head here in Lower Garfield Street in Belfast. We're here today doing a collaboration between Geterbrewed, our brewery, and Bells doing a Christmas ale. And I just wanted to say how super proud I am of this installation. So it's a Brewix brew pub that we installed a few years ago. It's a huge success story, and we really do genuinely appreciate the support from Paul and the team in trusting us with this installation. And I continue to be proud of it as I see it excelling and changing the local landscape in relation to beer. So today we're brewing a Christmas ale. We're using a Heritage Chevalier malt from Crisp, and we're using a beautiful crystal and patent and roasted malts from French and Jupps. And you can see we're using a range of botanicals, some lovely British hops, and trying out the new BE 256 Belgian yeast strain. So Christmas ale with lots of malt flavor. We're going to try and get marmalade notes from the Chevalier, the beautiful extra dark crystals and different crystal malts, to create all those lovely dried fruits and fig flavors in finished beer. Balancing that with the nice botanicals and then getting the esters and the phenolics off the yeast. So a little bit of plum puree, almost forgot about that, being put into the whirlpool. So this should be really interesting. Make sure you call in and check it out in a few weeks' time. So Cameron, you're in charge of brewing at Bells, Deer's Head. What made you get into brewing?
Started off homebrewing. My oldest brother did a lot of homebrew, so he bought me my first kit for Christmas a few years ago.
Yeah.
So just came here as a bartender,
Yeah.
but had interest in the brewing and got trained up.
Yeah. Who trained you?
Kevin.
Kevin. So look, Kevin was our head brewer for a number of years, and incredible guy. Like the plumbing talent and the brewing talent is exceptionally helpful when it comes to doing this type of stuff. We brewed some awesome beers in oak that should be coming to fruition in the near future. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out like. What's the experience like in here for you? Like we joked, me and Kevin, when we were in here at the start, it's like we're in a fishbowl because, you know, everyone's standing outside looking at you, taking pictures.
Yeah, you do get a lot of like tourists taking pictures to the window and stuff. It's also a complete sweatbox because of the size of the room.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's great.
Yeah. And do you interact with people when they come to the window or the door?
Usually, yeah. If I have the time, I'll kind of bring someone in and kind of talk to them about what I'm doing. Sometimes people just walk in anyway, so kind of don't get a choice to interact with them.
Yeah. And you have great freedom here because you're selling direct to the end user in terms of like creativity with recipes and experimentation.
Yeah.
Take us through a couple of things that you've enjoyed making over the last while.
So some of the more kind of weird and wonderful things we did was the pineapple and habanero sour.
That was awesome.
Yeah. That was an interesting one. I'm surprised it actually worked as well as it did.
Yeah. Vanilla porter's one that's getting really good feedback. I've heard a lot of people talking positively about it.
Well, we've another batch of that should be on next week, and hopefully waiting on the results coming back, be gluten-free as well.
Okay, happy days.
It's my brother's celiac, so he's been hassling me to do a dark gluten-free beer for ages, so finally got around to it.
And you just did that with a bit of Clarex?
Clarex, yeah.
Yeah. We're doing a Christmas ale today. It's not often we get to do dark beers and complex beers in here, so it should be interesting.
I know everyone's looking for IPAs, but it's kind of, I'm into the sort of darker beers. That would be more my style.
Yeah. Any plans for anything unusual in the near future?
The chocolate and cherry sour is probably going to be the The weirdest thing, still working on the recipe for that. I haven't got that.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the chocolate one from you.
There's no limitations though to what you can do here in terms of like the bosses let you brew what you want to brew.
Pretty much, yeah. Keep things at a reasonable percentage, and they're happy enough to kind of let me experiment and work away.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, the benefit we have is if there is something strange on tap, we can let people try it before they commit to buying it. Whereas, if you see that in a can, maybe you're a bit hesitant before you spend the money on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think there's a lot of freedom with just going straight to the tap, and we already have a customer base here from the sports and food and events and things. So it's just convincing them to drink the weird beers.
Yeah. What do you think of using the Brewix kit?
It's great, so handy. Just the copper's a bit of a nightmare to keep clean, but it does look the part.
It's super pretty though. That's the amount of people that we send here as like a showroom. We're like, go and check that one out, and they come away, wow, like really super impressed with it. And then you tell them how much extra it is to add copper, and they're like, no thanks. But like, it's nice. I think this is the only Brewix in Europe with copper tanks. So genuinely a lovely showpiece for us. Anything else you want to share with the guys? What's your tips for someone that wants to get into professional brewing, going from a home brewer to a professional brewer?
Get Kevin to train you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just keep at it with like the bigger kits. It's sort of, when I first started being trained on this, it was like, there's no way I'm going to remember how to run these things. I'm just constantly going back to notes and walkthroughs and stuff. And then one day I just realized I wasn't looking at anything, and it had clicked, and I just kind of, just feels natural now to just get on with it.
I was training Mike up there a few months ago, and we had guides, and like Kevin had been working with him for about 18 months or so, on and off on the odd occasion as well. But it was a confidence issue for Mike, I noticed, because he was capable. He just didn't have the confidence to just be, to go at it. And I said something to him one day where I said, like, just follow the pump, because the pump's integral to the Brewix. Just follow the route of it, and the rest of it will make sense. Whereas he was trying to go, let's go to valve 2 and connect the hose to valve 8, and and trying to use the numbers and the diagrams and the the handbook.
Yeah.
It's just easier just to, I think muscle memory makes it easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, one of the key things that we like is that this is just up the road from us, right? So is it easy working with a warehouse for ingredients and things from that point of view? Yeah,
I've even when I kind of like put my orders in late, and I'm like, I need this for tomorrow, usually pretty accommodating. So
I know a couple of guys like I'll do the delivery because it means they get to take off to Belfast for a couple of hours, so it's all around. Look, if you get the opportunity, you're in Belfast, please call in, say hi to Cameron, take a picture of him through the window, drink his beer, try the food, talk to the team. This is genuinely an awesome experience here. So until next time, happy brewing.